Zach, let's get to know our new guest. Hold on a second. There's your microphone. What's the forecast today?
Mostly cloudy, high of 50 today now.
There you go.
Clouds are rolling in.
Yeah, everybody over there getting to know our new friend? Everybody cool?
We're getting her situated.
All right, good. Everybody getting situated? Okay. The icebreaker's got her over there?
Yeah, he's got her all figured out. All situated.
Sure. Set her up. We're good.
First thing I need to know for sure, Anna, is how do I say your last name for sure?
Over here, grab that one.
Which one we got here? There you go. That's yours. There you go.
Sorry about that.
That's
Didn't have
okay.
the microphone.
Oh, it's Behning.
It's Behning.
Okay. I was wondering.
Behning.
It's B-E-H, so I was wondering about that. So, yeah, sorry, I've been saying it incorrectly. My apologies.
No, it's okay. A lot of people say Benning.
Yeah, that's
but
what I
the
said.
E and the H make a long A sound. So I always say Behning like raining.
Oh, I love it.
Behning
That's
like
easy.
raining.
Behning like raining.
That's what my mom tells her preschool class.
So you're a rapper, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a rapper. Behning like raining.
There you go. Perfect. That's great. Well, we're glad to have you.
I'm so excited to be here. Thank
Absolutely.
you, guys.
I spend a lot of time in St. Cloud, and so I know a little bit about you here and there. And then I saw your tweet talking about how you're ready to start your broadcasting career.
I am.
And,
yeah.
like I said earlier, I haven't done anything good for anybody in a very long time. So we thought we'd bring you in. And Don Mitchell says wonderful things about you.
Yep. Interned with Dawn at Fox 9 this summer in the sports department. So spent a lot of time in the cities. My parents, they live in Faribault. So I was making the drive, and then I was doing the Beauty League on Wednesday nights. So, yeah, it was really fun. I love Dawn. She's in Paris, I think, right now.
Right now. She's listening in Paris.
So
saucy. Yeah, that's the place.
Maybe they'll walk to the same cafe.
What are those?
And get a
beignet. And an Aperol Spritz.
Oh, my goodness. I don't even know what that's.
She looks like she's enjoying her time there. I've been seeing all of her pictures and her updates, and she was really excited about it.
Yeah.
Did you grow up in Faribault?
No, so I actually grew up. Well, okay, starting from the beginning.
Yeah, bring it back.
What time were you born? Like, give us all the details. How long was the labor?
I actually don't know. January 23rd, 2003. Okay. So I'm 21.
Oh, 3. Okay.
Yeah, I just turned 21.
Happy birthday. What'd you do for your birthday? 21st.
I think we had a hockey game that... I forget which. No, that was a Tuesday. Mm-hmm. I don't think I did anything fun. I think I was just preparing for hockey.
You should go to Vegas. Weekend. Go to Vegas with these guys next week. Celebrate your birthday.
I've never been to a casino. Never gambled.
Now, Anna, here's the thing. What you're experiencing right now, we want to hear your origin story. But this is the icebreaker. Now, Tommy Olson is officially the Power Trip icebreaker. He is the best person I've ever seen get to know somebody in a matter of seconds.
Yeah, let's break the ice.
So it's going to be a one-on-one conversation. But before we get into the icebreaker, I would let me hear your origin story because it sounds like a very interesting one. Please go ahead.
Well, I was actually born in South Korea. So I'm adopted from South Korea.
Gotcha.
Is that YouTube, Ben?
Well, my mom's South Korean. Oh. Yeah.
So you're half South.
I'm half.
Okay. Yeah. So I was born in South Korea, and then I was adopted when I was 6 months old. So we don't know anything about like my birth mother besides she was 16. And that's pretty much it. No medical history or anything. So it's kind of scary, but I've been okay thus far.
Right.
Hoping to keep it that way and not have any little surprises down the road. But yeah, so then I grew up in a suburb of Chicago, Crystal Lake, Illinois. I don't know if you guys heard of it.
I have not. No. Mm-hmm.
It's like
it's by Naperville.
Isn't that where Jason lives?
Not really. I mean, it's like
the killer. Crystal Lake, Camp Crystal Lake.
I think I've never seen that Friday the 13th, but I don't know. I've heard of that, but yeah. So grew up there, and my parents, they're both from Minnesota. So my mom grew up in Prior Lake, and then my dad grew up in Bloomington. And so the youngest of 5 kids, 3 older brothers, an older sister, and then we moved in 2016 to Faribault, Minnesota, just to be closer to family. Just kind of like the right timing. So I was the only one at home. And then I went to Faribault High School. Have you guys heard of Faribault?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
What are your guys' thoughts on Faribault? Because right when we got here, the first thing everyone asked me was like, why Faribault? Why did you guys choose Faribault? It was like a negative connotation. But I enjoyed it. And it's Shattuck St. Mary's is there.
Yeah,
so,
great town. They have there's a bar called The Depot there, I think.
Yeah.
Great spot.
I actually worked there for a summer.
Yeah, why wouldn't you? Phenomenal spot. And the train goes by. They got the train there.
Yeah.
Great
exactly.
burgers. I love that spot.
Okay, I'm
and
glad
then you guys have a county fair that's like famous. Everyone loves
the Rice County Fair.
Yeah, phenomenal.
It's famous, really?
People know it around here. Yeah. I love. Well, maybe
I went to a ghost hunting convention in Faribault one time, actually.
Where did you go ghost hunting in Faribault?
It was like a gathering of all the top in air quotes of the top ghost hunters in the Twin Cities, and they all gave like a big speech, and there was like a Q&A and everything. It was actually very entertaining.
So it's not like you were going ghost hunting.
No, I didn't go ghost hunting. No, not in Faribault.
I was gonna say I wouldn't have moved there if I would have known there was ghosts. There's a prison there. Which is quite interesting.
Yeah, get to know it, Tommy.
So, all right, let's bring it back on track. So
here we go.
You moved back, is it 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade?
So we're going into my 8th grade year.
Okay, so going into high school, you're brand new. Mm-hmm. That's a little scary.
It was so scary. And that's all I'd known was Crystal Lake.
Yeah. So brand new friends. You're the new one. You're the new person.
Yeah.
Oof, that's tough.
I thought it was going to be a challenge, but first day of school, I didn't even have to ask. I feel like the most dreaded thing about the first day of school when you're the new kid is like, okay, who am I going to sit with at lunch? Mm-hmm. But there were girls that I had met in my class before, second hour, and they saw me immediately, and they're like, do you want to sit with us? And so I didn't have to do any of the hard work.
Oh, that's great.
It was great, yeah.
How many kids go to each class? Is like a couple hundred?
Yeah, it was like 100, I think upward, about 200.
Oh, perfect. So you get to know everyone.
Yeah, you really do. And everyone knows everyone in Faribault.
That's great.
There's a ton of people with the same last name.
Sure. So then you graduate. What makes you pick St. Cloud out of everywhere to go?
Well, I had no idea where I wanted to go. I was one of those kids where I was applying to every school, and I actually wanted to become a paralegal before because I wanted to go into law for some reason. And then I talked to a paralegal on the phone for an hour and a half, and I just was asking her all the questions okay, so what's your day like? What do you do? What are your responsibilities? And she basically told me she does all the grunt work for the lawyer, goes into her office, shuts the door, doesn't talk to anyone. And I was like, I don't think I have the right personality for that because I need to be talking to people and meeting new people. That's my favorite thing.
Do you want to sell the Power Trip Morning Show?
Would you like to,
to be in sales?
I'm actually a marketing minor, so I can help you.
Yeah,
but
some experience.
Yeah,
you and Schmoll could take her under your wing and teach her the ropes of sales.
Yeah,
great.
But St. Cloud, I was researching the top sports broadcasting schools in the country. And, you see all the Syracuse, the big schools, ASU. And then right in the comments was, well, did you ever think to mention St. Cloud State? It's a diamond in the rough. They have this huge studio, a great program there. And I was like, Mom, that's pretty close to Faribault. That's in Minnesota. Let's go check it out. So 2 weeks before graduation, I decided, and I had talked to Katie Storm now and Kirsten Kroll. I remember I sent them a DM asking them about their experience, and they both had the same resounding answer: best experience ever, best decision I could have ever made for my career. And I was sold after I saw the studio, talked to some of the professors. It just seemed like the right fit. And it has been.
Didn't our friend Alexis go there too? Zacho?
Yeah.
Didn't Alexis Pearson go to St. Cloud?
Yes.
Yeah, really? There are a lot of
great
people there.
broadcasters.
There's quite a few people. Yeah.
Really great broadcasters.
Holy cow.
Dang.
Really something.
There's probably people
Go ahead, Tommy.
forgetting
Come
as
on, you
well.
got this, Tommy. Go ahead.
All right, so in college, did you go to red carpet or to DBs or any of those?
I've walked by red carpet, and it's pretty scary.
Don't be afraid. It's awesome.
It's a great spot.
I don't know. When was the last time you guys were there? Because
last 2 weeks.
Careful when you talk to Tommy about this stuff. Yeah.
I go up there for work, and we go to bars and stuff.
The place that the college kids go, I don't really go out a ton. Obviously, I just turned 21, but is the Pickled Loon. If you've ever heard of that, have you
Phenomenal.
heard of that? Oh, you have. Okay.
Great spots. Yeah, these are all great. Have you? Where else? What's the good greasy food? Oh,
Val's.
Yeah, you go
Val's.
there.
I've never been there, but I've heard that it's a pretty big spot. I think. So we have this thing called the grease pan.
Oh my.
The St. Cloud State hockey team does. And so for all the greasy goals, every greasy goal, they give a player a puck, and then they put it in this grease pan. And at the end of the season, whoever has the most greasy goals, I think they give them a gift card to go to the greasiest hamburger joints in town. I think it's Val's. I think
It's gotta be.
It has to be Val's.
Wouldn't
be McDonald's.
What defines a greasy goal? What am I missing there?
When you're getting right in the crease by the goalie, that's greasy. It's not a pretty play.
Okay, so basically Mark Parrish's entire career.
Come on now.
You're gonna say my
Every
buddies
goal
and I
he
have a
scored.
different.
Hey, a goal is a goal. And if you're playing for hamburgers at the end of the season, I'd try to get as many greasy goals as I could.
Okay.
Yeah, it's great. So then, like, what'd you like to do other than school? Just hang out? And if you didn't like going out?
I mean,
work?
I feel like right away I had this vision of what I wanted to do. And I feel like there's a lot of college kids who go in and they're like, okay, I'm without my parents for the first time. I want to try all these new things. And I had fun in high school. And I feel like that was my time to kind of like learn more about myself. But right when I came into college, I had my goals set, and they've obviously changed a little bit, and I've learned more about myself, and I've grown up a lot. But I'm pretty focused. I like to keep it pretty hardcore. I try to keep on the grind and stay on a nice routine of getting my work done. But on the side, I like yoga. I like going on walks. Okay. I do core power. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you sculpt?
Yes.
Favorite class in the world? Which one do you go to?
Which core power?
Yeah.
Well, in St. Cloud, there's not like one close.
Do you still live up in St. Cloud?
Yeah.
Oh, you do? Are you still going to school?
I am.
Oh my God, you haven't even graduated yet?
No, I'm graduating a year early, so I'll be done in May.
Oh, you're like super. You're smart.
Well, I just was thinking ahead in high school, so I took PSEO classes and came in with like 36 credits.
You are driven. Jesus. Good for you.
That was also my parents kind of like, okay, we're going to save some money here. Let's get a little jump start into your career. And I was a little bit nervous about the idea of graduating in 3 years, like prior to going to St. Cloud, but because I was like, okay, maybe I'll need that 4th year of experience. And I was like, okay, I'll just see how it goes, and I think I'm ready.
So in Cloud, like, do you live in an apartment, like, in the city, or is it more like campus-ish?
It's considered campus living. It's right across from the Herb Brooks Center.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Is everything walkable in St. Cloud, or you could drive to classes?
I usually walk to my classes. It's only like a 10-minute walk, 12-minute walk. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
My first 2 years, I didn't even have a car. So this is my first year having my car.
It's like freedom, though, isn't it? Having a car. Like,
it totally is.
It's so nice.
Don't have to find people to help me get groceries.
Yeah, it's the little stuff you don't think about.
Exactly.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
So it's your senior spring, right? How many classes? Like smaller workload?
3, yeah.
That's phenomenal.
3 classes.
Is it like a big senior class, though? Like a senior paper or anything? Or is it kind of just like
the mass communications classes are almost like, I feel like drawing circles for the homework, like compared to...
Heard that. I was communications, too.
Okay, yeah. It's just projects. And like one of my classes is professional portfolio. And I like to be ahead of the game, so I already have like my portfolio done. I had it before the semester even started, so I'm like, okay, now I'm just making adjustments. Like some of the kids haven't even made a website or anything, which is like nothing against them. Like still, like they're still on track. But I always like to think ahead. So I
run for president.
Tommy, you can relate to this, right? This kind of work ethic.
I actually can't. I can't run for president because I wasn't born in the United States.
Oh, damn it!
Sure.
You've thought about it, though. I can tell.
I did when I was little. I feel who doesn't think about running for president when they're little?
Tommy.
Yeah, 100%. Not a chance.
Be governor or something then.
So you graduate in May.
Yep.
And then trying to get into sports broadcasting. Here we go.
Yeah.
The world's your oyster. You can do whatever you want.
Have you heard this show?
I've heard. Yes,
okay, because this is barely classified as sports broadcasting.
But
why would you say that?
This is mostly penis jokes. Everyone's just being honest. Like, we talk sports, 2 segments a show?
Yeah, I don't think we can talk about that on air.
No.
When you're doing sports broadcasting.
Oh, yeah. Well,
not when we. Not unless you want ratings.
So let me ask you a question about hockey, because it sounds like you know a lot about hockey. You covered St. Cloud State. You did the Beauty League last year. Mm-hmm. Was that always an interest, or something that you just picked up when you were in Faribault with Shattuck and all that hype?
That's exactly it. In Illinois, it's not as huge. I mean, there's like Chicago Mission. I had some friends who played for that, but then moving to the state of hockey, it's like, okay, wow, this is pretty big here. And in St. Cloud, you don't have a football team. Hockey is like the bread and butter for the city of St. Cloud. But definitely high school and being around Shattuck. And I actually worked at a golf course in Faribault, Legacy Golf. And I've worked there for like 3 summers now. So you're meeting people constantly who have either gone to Shattuck. There's the Shattuck Hockey Alumni Tournament that I've worked every summer.
Are you a cart girl?
Okay, I don't like to say that.
I was a cart guy. Swear, that was my first job.
On my resume, I was I said client success specialist. Something my dad helped me word. But I taught junior golf.
Specialist?
Oh, you did?
Yeah, and then this last summer, I kind of asked if I could help them with their social media. So I was fronting stand-ups and like promoting the new golf carts that we got.
Oh,
so
there you go.
I kind of dipped my toes into a lot at the golf course. And yeah, that was my home for the past 3 summers and I've loved it. But I've met so many people through Shattuck and yeah, that kind of transpired with the hockey thing.
Okay, so you interned though with Don Mitchell on Channel 9. Mm-hmm. But now that you say you're ready to start your career, are you willing to burn bridges and jump to a different station? You just need a job, right? You're willing to go anywhere. Screw John Mitchell. You'll jump to whoever will take you.
That's right.
Exactly. Yeah, wherever the opportunity lies, I will go.
All right, so if you're a TV station in the Twin Cities listening, Ben, you work for one. Mm-hmm. Reach out to her. Yeah. She's ready.
Done.
There you go. She's
a go-getter. She's driven, Tommy.
I have to say, Tommy, I want to, if you don't mind, real quick. This was the icebreaker, Tommy. Very subdued, and I appreciate it.
It was a little subdued.
It was. Tried to read the room.
What is it usually like?
Oh, you don't want to know?
Oh,
you can ask me anything.
Well, you said you don't like going out that much, so I was just like, well, she sounds very driven, so like, let's keep it a little more professional.
That's where you went.
That's where I tried to go.
Yeah.
He normally treats
I'm an open book.
He treats these icebreakers a little bit more like a first date normally. That seemed more like a job interview, Tommy.
Are you single?
That was more professional.
Oh, you are single?
Yes.
Oh, dating scene too. How's dating scene in St. Cloud? Pretty good?
Terrible.
Is it really?
It's so bad.
It's tough.
Yeah, there's no one.
Oh, that might be a reason when you graduate, come on down to the Twin Cities.
A lot of fish, a lot of deer in the old profile pictures on the dating apps.
A lot of hunters up there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people are drawn to the hockey team. They're kind of like the guys that everyone goes to. Usually it's like the football team. I don't know, but
no football team in St. Cloud. How sad.
I know.
Sucks.
Too bad,
I know.
Too bad. Yeah.
So do you golf or play hockey or both at all?
I grew up dancing, so I was a dancer until high school. That's when I kind of put the shoes away. And I picked up golf in the off season in high school, so I was doing that for a couple seasons with Faribault and just wanted something else to do in the spring. But
So when you were golfing, did you ever use a client success specialist?
Did I ever
a cart gal? Yeah.
Right.
Oh, did I?
Yeah. Did you ever use one?
Maybe for Gatorade.
Oh, got it.
Or water. But yeah. So
Have you drank before?
Yes, I have drank before.
Just trying to read.
He's looking
what
for
do you like
something
what do you like to drink?
common.
Like a drink of choice.
Vodka water with a splash of cran.
Oh,
Wow. Okay, that's
Tommy, your
sophisticated.
thoughts?
Do you like?
Do you have
I'm
a cool
Splash.
nickname for that, Tommy?
No. But I do. I'm a tequila guy. I used to be vodka. Do you like espresso martinis?
I had one at the Starbucks Reserve
You went to, okay. Were you in New
Roastery in
York?
Chicago.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't like it.
Oh, okay.
They had we got like
Tommy's
the flight.
no.
We got like the flight, and they had all these weird flavors, and those were very bitter.
Sure.
But then like the one standalone big one, that one was okay. But yeah,
Okay.
but I love coffee.
All right.
Do you love coffee?
Yeah.
Starbucks. You like Starbucks out of all of them?
Starbucks, yeah. The people at Starbucks in St. Cloud like know my order. So if I'm forgetting something, it's really early. They're like, "Okay, you didn't want the classic syrup, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, no. Wow, I must come here too much."
So in Chicago, you've never been legally able to drink. This
Nope.
summer, you have to go to Wrigleyville and do day drinking. It's top 5 day drinking spot in the United States.
And like you just drink all day and go to the hop around to the
You
different.
see, when you put it like that, yeah. I love doing that. It's like my favorite thing in the world.
Who do you usually do that with?
Friends, family,
Yeah.
pretty much anyone.
Strangers.
Yeah, pretty much.
He could go by himself.
Pretty much anyone.
Hey, maybe I'll be living in Chicago.
Yeah, what? Okay, that's a good question. What if someone offered you from like New Mexico? Would you go work in New Mexico?
Yeah.
Oh, really? You're that flexible? Like, let's
Yeah.
ride.
She's driven.
I
She
maybe
needs
wouldn't
a job.
go to the Dakotas. I don't know.
Oh, shots fired.
Shots fired.
Are you from?
I'm from South Dakota.
I'm sorry.
I just took a harpoon to the heart.
And if Marty Gellner is listening, she ain't going to help you anymore.
My brother and his wife live in Sioux Falls.
Too late.
Don't discount Sioux Falls. Don't discount Sioux Falls.
I just feel like there's nothing. I feel like there's nothing in South Dakota or North Dakota. Like what's there? I haven't spent a lot of time there. What's
Take a field trip to Sioux Falls. I don't
been to
know.
Lake
you know,
Paganzo?
No. Is that a real place?
Not really.
Tommy.
No.
Tommy, you got to go or not?
I got to hit the road.
Okay.
No, Tommy.
I got to twerk.
He's got big boy job.
Yeah,
he's got
man.
all of his 3 phones going.
Yeah.
I can't wait till you work for the Power Trip Morning Show. You just stay here all
Come
day.
on, man. Start selling for the Power Trip. Come on, dude.
I know.
Love
Hey,
you,
you guys, I
Thomas.
love you. Have fun in Vegas, honestly.
We will.
Yeah, I'm going to
Take
send you
pictures.
terrible pictures of my stuff.
So you can't come in next Wednesday. That's off the table.
No, it's off the table.
Damn it, Tomers.
I know. I'll see
All
ya.
right.
Yeah.
See you in 100
never.
years. Love you.
Love you
All right,
guys.
let's try to
Thomas.
combine the news and sports
Yeah,
next
we gotta
segment
do
because
that.
they're both sponsored. Meatsauce Robot in like 15 minutes. Talks NFL Draft with Ben Lieber. More of the Power Trip Morning Show after this. On the Ben.
The Fan.
There goes Tomers out the door. Putting on clinics left and right about how to get to know people
I
quickly.
thought you nailed it, though. Normally, he's
Yeah.
wilder. Today, it was more subdued. I think he immediately realized, oh, this gal's not messing around. She's being professional, so
Yeah, yeah.
I need to be professional. I like, as a salesperson, how he adjusted and, as he said, read the room.
That's why he needs to be working for the Power
Read
Trip
the
Morning
room.
Show.
What a pro.
Well,
He's a pro is what he is.
yeah, he was trying to find some commonality.
Yep.
And the last time this happened, the commonality was, there was some drinking to be talked about. There's
Yeah, yeah.
some food to be
Right.
talked about.
Julia
and
seemed to be on
yeah.
the same page.
Yeah, and Anna's very focused.
That's right.
And
Yep.
was not.
He's not used to that.
He's not. He's not used to that.
Yeah,
and I just turned 21.
That,
Right.
well, that
Yeah.
had nothing to do with
she
it.
doesn't know about the life
Not
yet.
at all.
All right, Tommy's just turned 30, but he is perpetually 21. He's Peter Pan, essentially. He's never going to quite grow up. So I think he wants to be 21. I think he feels
Who
like
doesn't?
you're peers, but you're not anymore.
Yeah.
Not even close, but he thinks you are.
I think Tommy has better bar drinking stories before he was 21 than I do in my whole life.
Me too, yeah.
I don't even think we know the surface of his stories.
Yeah.
I don't want to, I don't think.
I do. I definitely do. I certainly do.
He hasn't
It
come in and
scares
told
me.
us one in a while.
Yeah,
it's not
been-
the same.
I think we may have burnt that bridge.
I think the last one
I think we
was
may have.
the last
That's
one.
right.
I think he realized that story scared too many people and spread too quickly amongst all of us.
I
And,
want to hear this story.
No,
now.
you do
I-
not.
Anna,
no,
Anna, I'm not
no.
joking. You really don't.
No, Anna, we don't need. You are way too pure to
Yeah,
understand.
please.
Yeah,
Yes.
please.
Yeah.
No,
let me give you this in a nutshell.
Listen, his story's a gateway drug.
I had neighbors a handful of days ago begging me to tell the Tommy Olsen story. A couple of fellas, and I'm like, oh God. I'm like, fine. Jeez. And then their wives were like, what is the story? And I'm like, no. And they're like, come on, we're all like 40. We can handle this story. I go, no, I'm not comfortable telling you the words.
Now I really want to know.
No,
You can't
you
just
don't.
do that.
Anna,
Yeah,
trust
it's a
us.
hard.
No.
It's a hard one
I'm
to
sorry
sort
we
of
brought it up.
insinuate what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't
just have
even
to say
You can't
it.
even provide like
Not
a little
even
bit of a
close.
synopsis.
No.
There's no better way to say it outside of like, it's hard to tell a female the story without feeling like I'm an accomplice.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
It's hard to tell anyone the
What if we
story.
had like another female in here? Then would you
No,
be
no.
better?
Hasn't
No,
helped.
that'd make it worse.
That has not helped.
Listen, I mean, you're better off. And there's nothing illegal that we're talking about here. It's just
No.
that'll do it.
It's just graphic.
Yeah, we're just going to change the subject.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
That is Anna Behning, like raining. By the way, Anna, how should we introduce you? Like when people are saying, oh, what does she do? Why is she on the Power Trip Morning Show? Future sports journalist superstar?
Current
I mean,
/
that
future?
That works.
Kind of
Okay,
current.
good. There you go.
Hopefully future. That's what we need.
There we go. Okay, good.
Hopefully aspiring.
Aspiring sports broadcaster.
Well, here's the thing.
Hockey specifically or all sports? Any sports?
Any sport.
You don't care, okay.
Honestly.
Sumo
I love
wrestling?
hockey. Maybe not sumo wrestling.
Oh, come on.
Ultimate Frisbee.
My brothers played that.
Of
but,
course. There we go.
Yeah. Well, the Power Trip Morning Show is going to roll on in a kind of, just odd directions. We do sports, we do news, we do everything. So you just jump in whenever you feel like it, all right?
Okay.
Ben Lieber, Viking expert. We'll get to a little bit of that in a moment. And speaking of the Vikings, love you out there, Pete Bursich. Lost his pops yesterday. Just wanted to send
dude,
my
I didn't
love
know that.
his way. And, of course, his father, former NFL player himself, and just a great dude, had a really good run. And sending love to my main man,
I
Pete
didn't know
Wait a
Bursich.
minute. First of all, yeah, terrible. That's too bad, Pete.
Yeah.
Hope you're doing okay. How did I not know that? I didn't know Pete's dad played
Oh,
professional
yeah. He
football.
played for Tom Landry, dude.
Did he really?
Yeah, wow.
he
Was
sure
he
as hell
also
did.
a linebacker?
That's a great question.
That's a good question. I don't know what he played. I know that he played.
So he played for the Landry Cowboys in what, the 80s? He was a safety. It must have been 70s then.
Bob
70s?
Bursich.
Yeah, Bob Bursich. There you go. That was him.
70s.
Made it to 87 years old, man.
Oh, man.
Yep.
Michigan
Sorry,
State.
Pete.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, sorry, Pete, man. That sucks. I didn't know that.
Spoke to him just a little bit yesterday, and he said, he had a great run. Just like Pete, always, looking on the bright side. So love you out there, my main man, Pete. So there you go. Let's do some news.
This is KFAN News with Chris Hockey, presented by the St. Paul Saints.
That's right, the St. Paul Saints, as we talked about yesterday. They're out of town right now, but they will be back, and they have a great schedule of baseball games and all kinds of fun things, including our weekend at Bernie's celebration.
Still can't believe it.
Can't wait. You know about this, right?
Yeah, I know about this.
I can't wait, dude. I can't wait. They return and play Iowa starting next Tuesday, April 9th, with their Lower Town block party. More information at saintsbaseball.com. But here's the news. Nobody won the lottery. Nobody won the lottery.
Nobody.
Not even Anna Behning.
Definitely not me.
It's too bad. Think about it. You could have bought your own station, done whatever you wanted. The Powerball jackpot will now be estimated $1.23 billion. The next drawing is on Saturday.
And Ben, I know you love this. There was a $1 million winner a handful of days ago in Fridley, but last night's drawing, no $1 million winners in Minnesota. There was 6 or 7 or 8 across the country, but we didn't have one here.
Did you guys hear about the charging elephant?
I saw the video.
Did you know the lady
Somebody
who died was from Minnesota?
I did not know that.
I know. Check this out. An American has been killed by a charging elephant while on safari in Africa. The tour operator at Kafu National Park in Zambia, dummy, says 79-year-old Gail Matson of Minnesota died Saturday when a bull elephant unexpectedly charged at a vehicle carrying 6 tourists and flipped it upside down. Matson died after she was taken to a hospital in South Africa. Her daughter said on Facebook that her mother died in a tragic accident while on her dream adventure.
Oh, man.
Goodness sakes, man. I mean, if you are 79 years old and you're thinking, man, my days are dwindling here, but I bet you don't think I might die by elephant.
No, you think I've wanted to do this for 60 years and I should do this because I'm not guaranteed tomorrow?
Right.
Let's go. And then it's the end.
Wow,
That's...
man.
Yeah.
How do you wrap your head around that if you have time to wrap your head around it?
Apparently the elephant got separated from its herd and got pissed and just started charging.
Yeah, it said it chased him for half a mile before it even attacked.
Cripes.
My God.
Yeah.
When was this?
Like yesterday? Or
just a couple of days ago.
Yeah, right, yeah. Wow. Terrible. But when I saw that story, I'm like, it's terrible. And then I saw somebody from Minnesota, like, holy moly. Imagine that.
So she died from the weight of the vehicle or something? She got the rollover killed her
that's what
on some
wondering.
level?
I don't have any of that information, but that's
because the video, the elephant just tips it over. It doesn't stomp anybody, I don't think, right? It just tips over and then kind of walks away. It's like,
yep,
I got what I need to get. Tipped you guys over. Ha ha. Leave me alone.
Yeah. At 79, though, obviously a hard fall is catastrophic.
Good point.
Yeah. So who knows? So rest in peace, man. It's too bad. Here's something else for you, if you'd like, that concerns me, considering the fact that I'm going to be on planes a lot here in the next few weeks. The Federal Aviation Administration is investigating after 2 people were injured when a Southwest Airlines flight was forced to make an emergency landing due to, yes, you heard it, severe turbulence on Wednesday. The flight was headed from New Orleans to Orlando when it was diverted to Tampa, with the captain requesting paramedics be on standby at its arrival. The passenger and a flight attendant were transported to an area medical facility when the plane landed. It seems like you hear one of these stories about every week where the turbulence was so bad that it knocked some people around bad enough to go to the hospital.
It's why everyone tells you if you are not up and around, going around, right, if you're not going to the bathroom, you got to have your seatbelt on. Yeah. It sounds dumb, but I never have my seatbelt off because we've talked about, and these guys have made fun of me, but I just don't go to the bathroom on planes. I just don't. Nope. If it's a 3-hour flight, I can hold it. I always go to the bathroom right before the plane takes off. So it's I can hold it if it's a 3-hour flight.
Do you just not drink?
I don't drink much. No, I drink maybe one. I'll have a small water or one Monster Energy or something. But that's it. But if sometimes the last hour or so is a kind of a
little struggle.
Yeah, but so essentially, 100% of the time I'm on an airplane, I have a seatbelt on. So that's about the only way you can truly get messed up from turbulence is if you're getting flopped around because you're not buckled in.
Yeah.
Or I guess technically really bad timing if you're walking to the bathroom.
You spent, 12 hours on a plane not long ago there, Max? Did you hit any bad turbulence?
Yeah, it was really bad. I was just about to say that no matter how tough you think you are, turbulence will smack that gangster right out of you. We're like, it's terrifying. And you start to think like, well, what would I do if this and that? And then you finally realize there's nothing you can do. You just have to just sit and accept it, which is the worst part. But I had some really bad turbulence on my way to New Zealand.
So let me ask you this, Max, then, because you've obviously taken a lot of big flights and you're a pretty experienced flyer and traveler. If that turbulence would have happened on your first or second flight ever, would you have a severe phobia of flying? Would it be that traumatizing?
Yeah, I don't know. I might have, because that's one. I mean, aside from being broke as a joke, one of the reasons that I didn't ride planes for so long, I didn't ride a plane until I was like 24, 25 years old. And it was because I was kind of scared of them, so that might have shook me. I mean, obviously the trip to Japan just made me fall in love with traveling in general. So that might have cured it. But the turbulence really, it shakes you, man. It's a hardening experience.
Because I've talked to people and they're like, I'm so scared of planes. And there's always usually a turbulence experience earlier in their flying career or like their life. And I'm just like, I guess I'm lucky because flights I've never experienced severe turbulence. I love flying. Like, I think it's the greatest thing ever. Yeah. So I wonder how I would feel if I had on my first or second flight or a handful of flights been tossed around and actually had to contemplate, oh my God, if this plane goes down, what's going to happen?
Such a scary thought. My way to Colombia was probably the worst. I could feel them steering the plane. That's how much turbulence it was.
You're on a drug plane.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. That's also because I was flying on the wing. It was Spirit. Yeah. But
I was going to ask, because it's Spirit.
Yeah, it's a Spirit. All Spirit flights are harrowing experiences. Let me tell you that.
Anna, you much of a traveler?
I'm actually not.
Yeah.
No, not really. I've only been on an airplane like 4 times.
Yeah, you just turned 21.
Yeah. I'm assuming that I'm going to be traveling a lot in my career, so that's yet to come.
Anna, you're younger than my youngest daughter, which drives me crazy. But I want you to know the first time I flew anywhere was to California when I was 15 years old, and you could smoke on the plane. That's how old I am.
Seriously?
Yeah.
When did they stop that? Or like when?
Didn't we just talk about this a couple of weeks ago?
It was in the
like
80s, wasn't
the 80s or 90s? Yeah, or maybe 80s. We literally just brought this up on the show within the last 2 weeks, and I already forgot the date.
I don't know if I could handle being in an airplane with people smoking.
No, I could not.
1988.
88. Yep. So that's
way more recent than I thought.
It's so obvious now, but at the time, all of us just put up with it because that's the way the world
always
works.
In the air.
So we didn't think of, wouldn't it be better if this was clean air?
Yeah.
We just did it.
It wasn't until 2000 for all flights. 1988 was just 2 hours or less. 1990.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. All domestic and international flights. It wasn't until 2000.
Wow.
But that makes sense, though, because, I mean, it was the same. That was around the same time with restaurants, too. Not too far off from there.
I wonder what made them come to their senses. Like, we got to stop this.
Science.
You know, one of the most disheartening things is when you get on a plane and there's ashtrays. Because
that's
you know
how
plane. You're like, oh, my God. Right. Yeah, like, hold up.
We got on one of the flights, Ben. You remember? It wasn't long ago. And the plane had ashtrays.
Well, wasn't that Virgin flight over to London?
That might have been it.
Yeah, because we're like, Yeah.
I mean, you get in a classic car, you feel cool. You get in a classic plane, you're like, this is
like, hold on. Yeah. Feeling a little Amelia Earhart.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so when we come back, Zach, what you got?
I was going to say the newer ones have been the ones that have been causing the issues.
Yeah, the doors have fallen off.
True that.
True, yeah.
When we come back, we'll do Fan 5. We'll do Twins news. And then Meatsauce Robot and Ben talk NFL draft during Vikings news.
Yes!
Meatsauce Robot after this Power Trip Morning Show on The Fan.
The Fan.
Punk rockers, Sum 41, head to Minneapolis on their tour of the Setting Sun Farewell Tour Tuesday, April 23rd. Don't miss seeing them one last time as they take the stage at the Armory with special guest The Interrupters. Tickets are on sale now. Get yours today at KFAN.com keyword calendar. And hey, you know what? The Power Hour is live, KFAN.com/watch, going a little early today. And we encourage you to check us out. All thanks to Quantum Fiber, your world unleashed.
Hey, Zacko.
Hey.
Power Trip Morning Show. Anna Behning is our guest in studio, future Broadcasting Hall of Famer. Ben Lieber's here, cast of thousands, and we will have our friend Meatsauce Robot in just a moment. But first, we need to do this, Corey.
It's time for Fan 5 on the Power Trip, presented by All Around Property Preservation.
Thanks, All Around Property Preservation. Ben, let's start with this. The Bills traded Stephon Diggs to Houston. Your thoughts on the exit of Stephon Diggs?
Yep, let's hear it.
It's nobody's surprise that this was going to happen. Look, we all like know and experience, and for a lot of ways love Stephon Diggs for what he was as a player with the Vikings. But we all get it. We all know the personality. It's no surprise that this happened. Like, you can't. There's a level beyond diva that he is. You can't just chalk it up. Like, to me, unfortunately. Look, I love Stephon. Like, we've had personal experiences together. We did stuff at Best Buy together. Like, he's great. He's great when he wants to be great. But he has that Antonio Brown situation syndrome going on.
Victim mentality?
Whatever it is. I don't know clinically whatever it is. I don't know what you can diagnose him with, but he's beyond what you just think of as, there's an egotistical wide receiver. Like, they're just being divas. No, he's beyond that.
Doesn't he seem to be incapable of finding happiness?
It seems like that.
Hi.
Right?
I know that's most of us on the Power Trip Morning Show, but specifically Stephon Diggs. Seems that he's, you could give him almost anything he wanted and he still wouldn't be happy.
Yeah. And that's the thing. You go back to his draft situation. The reason why he fell in the draft was because of personality and character concerns. So, that's the thing as we look at the draft every year. We have a super talented player, wide receiver at Maryland, maybe a little undersized. He can do this, he can do that. He checks a lot of boxes, probably a first round talent. But then when you do all the personality assessments and you sit down and talk to this player, you talk to other people that have been around him, and they're like, this guy's kind of a nightmare. So you have to balance production versus how you want to deal with him off the field. The Vikings got certainly enough of him. They're like, well, we don't need to deal with this guy. They ship him off to Buffalo. He's, basically the leading receiver in the NFL as far as targets and receptions. And he's got plenty of opportunities to make plays, but yet he's not happy.
So, Ben, when it comes to the draft, going back to that character thing, how big of a factor is that in the draft?
It's
in finding a spot.
Well, I believe I've never sat in some of these scouting meetings, but I would guess that it's different for different positions. Mm-hmm. You're looking for a certain temperament out of quarterbacks that might be different than a defensive tackle. That's going to be different than a corner. That's going to be different than a wide receiver. Right. And I think that there is a longer leash with some of those prima donna positions. You're going to give a little bit more to the receiver, like, that's kind of just what makes him great. Mm-hmm. Same thing with the cornerback. Like, you got to have this bravado, this cockiness, you got to have a little bit of this arrogance. And so a little bit of that, you give a little bit with that. With Diggs, that's why I think he's on another level.
He's got to tune it down a little bit.
I don't know if he can. It's like the one thing that makes him a great football player. Whatever this chip on the shoulder is, he's created this sort of character in his mind. I don't think that he can shut it off. And look, I think a lot of people in Houston, the Texans are going to be happy because they feel like they got a playmaker. I'm telling you, you're bringing Kyrie Irving onto the team. He's like the NFL version of Kyrie Irving. It's like he's a talented player, but for some reason, he just goes scorched earth within every organization and is very divisive. And I think that's talent wise. They're gonna absolutely. I think it's the wrong move for the Texans to do that.
All right, Twins news brought to you by our friends at Quantum Fiber. The Twins won 7-3 over the Drunken Scotties yesterday, 7-3. Jeffers hit a 3-run home run. Kirilloff was 4 for 4. Home opener today, though, at 3:10 versus Cleveland. Pablo Lopez versus something called Tanner Bibby, maybe?
Oh, good.
Right?
Sure.
PA?
Yeah!
Still on the Charge bandwagon?
1,000%.
Yeah!
Still convinced that's Charge.
It's not even like with the blue dress thing. You could see, and people would tell you blue dress. You can kind of see blue. I
can't hear
Sounds
it at
nothing
all.
like him at all.
I cannot hear
it.
Not even a little.
How do you?
You're high.
You have the producer of his show came in and said, like, yeah, that's my guy.
Yeah, I understand, but I also was told by many people at TI last week that they agreed with.
By Rubes?
A lot of people
Yes.
are telling me this.
A lot of people are saying.
Okay.
Billy.
I was saying something about a free breakfast at Target Field. Is that a real thing?
Yeah, they're doing that now, I think, right now.
right now.
Yeah! They do the whole, you drive
Like
up.
hot dogs for breakfast.
Yeah, you like drive up. I did it a few years ago. You just drive up to the
Just for the
stadium.
home opener?
Yeah, they do. They used to do that like with all the sports. I don't know if it's
Yeah, I remember the days you could drive past Target Center for the Wolves opener and they would just hand you donuts through your window.
Correct.
Yeah, we did that
Wild
with the
did
Wild,
that.
remember? A few
Yeah,
times.
with the Wild, yeah.
Right.
That's the first I've heard of that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's
Did not
right
know that.
now.
Yeah, I think it's like. Yeah, maybe I don't want to
Should
say
run
the
over
time.
there real quick.
Hey, go
All
ahead.
right, let's do Vikings news because Ben, it is draft month.
Oh my God.
We're just like 3
So
weeks away from the NFL draft.
Only three weeks away.
It's time for Vikings news on the Power Trip. Presented by
your truck accessories pro.
Now, Corey, before you start, we need to tell Annette Behning, our guest here.
Or Anna.
Yeah,
It's so hard not to say
Annette's
Annette.
Behning.
That's so weird.
Yeah,
I
it's
just did
so
that.
hard not to do that.
That's so weird. Anna, sorry about that.
It's okay.
Meatsauce is not here. Now, you would be bent over in laughter right now because he's the funniest guy you'd know. And he's a sports/NFL draft aficionado.
A regional icon.
He is an icon.
Where is he?
He's in Paris.
In Paris.
Not with Don Mitchell, just happens to be
He happens
there.
to be there. Yeah,
Maybe
right.
we'll run
Are
into
you
him.
familiar with the city pages?
No.
Okay.
Exactly, because
All
it
right.
shut
That's fine.
down
That's
about a
right.
month
Yeah,
after
you
he
get
was
that.
named Best Sports Talk radio host. They basically said it's the end of the road.
That is a true story.
Wait,
True
why?
story.
Yeah, right.
I think they realized that journalism was dead.
Yeah, they
Sorry,
committed
Anna.
the ultimate crime. Yeah, sorry.
Not good news for me.
Anyway, so Sauce is not here. But over the last handful of years, we've realized he really only says 5 or 6 things just over and over and over again. And if we just had some kind of a computer program to say those 5 or 6 things, we could actually fire him, save the money, and still have the exact same content. Yeah. So we had an engineer create Meatsauce Robot, who is identical to Meatsauce in every way except for the fact that it's not a human being. It's basically AI before AI was big.
Wow.
We were ahead of the curve. Would you like to have NFL draft expert Ben Lieber have a discussion with NFL draft expert Meatsauce Robot?
I would love to hear
All
that.
right, let's power this thing out.
Oh, look at it come to life. This always gets me so excited. Oh, look at him.
Hey, babe.
Hey, what's going on?
There you are. It's so good to see you.
Ben, can I ask you a question?
Yes, please do.
Because a lot of people who know a lot more than me about the NFL draft, but don't know more than you. Well, I mean, you know a lot about the draft, and football or whatever, but experts or whatever, are saying well wait, I'm not saying you're not an expert on football or whatever, but a lot of the guys on TV that talk about the draft or whatever are saying the Vikings are probably going to move up in the draft. But do you? So, what was I saying again?
Yeah, so do you think they're going to move up in the draft, or what do you think they're going to do? I think is what he's asking.
Is that what he's asking?
I think so.
I sort of lost. I
think
him
he
there.
lost the way.
Yeah. I stopped paying attention.
Yeah, it's, was there a question in there?
Wait, was there an actual
I think
question
he was trying to
mark
say, do you think
in
they're
there?
going to...
The Vikings have to move up. They just have to. They don't have a choice. They just don't. There's no other option.
Right.
There just isn't.
No.
They backed themselves into a corner.
Right.
They just did.
Okay.
The Vikings need a quarterback.
Sure.
They just do.
Okay.
And this corner they're in is their fault.
Right.
It just is.
Uh-huh.
They're going to move up. They just are.
Right.
They have to. They just do.
Got it.
They just...
Okay, so he's just telling me that they have
They
to.
have
do
to,
that.
yeah, I
So
don't know if there's a question. Yeah,
I
you're
don't
right,
think
yeah.
there's a question
Who
in
do
there.
you? Who do you want them to take or whatever?
All right, so who do you want them
Who do
to
you want him
take
to take
or whatever?
Yeah, I mean,
Like a player or just whatever?
I think I'd say player.
Okay. Wow, that's a really good question.
I think they are taking Drake May.
Oh.
I just do.
He just does.
Okay. In all honesty, yes. I think we all agree that you don't pick up that second first rounder without thinking when Kwesi says it gives us flexibility. I think that flexibility means ammunition, in the ammunition to move up. Now we have heard all these other experts talk about what's the compensation, what's the trade package going to look like. It's actually not as much to move up as much as I thought. Like this whole idea that we're going to have to quote unquote sell the farm to move up. It to me doesn't sound like that. You swap the 4th pick possibly and the 11th pick, so you're not really giving anything up. It's a gain. It's a gain. You're giving up the 23rd. I get that. That's an asset. And then the rumor is next year's first, which if you're hope to be in a competitive rebuild, a better football team, you're hoping that first round draft pick is in the mid to late 20s. Not a huge deal. Now, if you have to sweeten the pot a little bit with like 4th rounder or something, fine. If you truly think that you're going to find your next franchise quarterback, I don't think that is that much to give up.
I think they are taking J.J. McCarthy. I just do.
Wait a minute, didn't you?
I think he said Drake May.
I thought you said, did you change
the draft is going to Whale.
Yeah, well, agreed.
So who does he actually think that he wants to take? Is it Drake May or is it J.J. McCarthy?
I think they are taking Jaden Daniels.
Wait a minute.
I just do.
Hold on.
I think they like Drake May. They just do. The only quarterback in the draft I would like, move up for or whatever, is Jaden Daniels.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, but I think the Vikings really like J.J. McCarthy. So yeah, if they got McCarthy by trading a couple of 1st round picks or whatever, that would Whale. But I would guess the Vikings love Jaden Daniels. Okay. They just do. But they have to trade up.
Right.
You didn't get pick 23 for nothing. So yeah, I think they should trade up for whatever it takes to go get Drake May or J.J. McCarthy or Jaden Daniels.
Okay.
I would love to see them trade up for Drake May. But the only quarterback who they should trade up for is Jaden Daniels. But I would give up 2 firsts and a 3rd for Drake May or J.J. McCarthy or Jaden Daniels.
Right.
So yeah.
Okay. What do you think?
Long-winded.
On that?
I'm telling you,
he's not
they're
wrong.
going to. They just are.
He's not wrong, you guys. I think the Vikings like all of them.
I think they're taking Michael Penix. I just do.
Well, they could.
That'd be great.
What about Caleb? Does he have anything to say about Caleb?
Just saying.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
The thing, though, about trading up is and everybody is saying this, is you have to so, if the Broncos or Oakland or whatever, wants to move up, tons of people are saying what you'd have to give up to move up in the draft is way more than let's say the Vikings. No, wait, not the Vikings. The Giants or whatever.
Okay.
Let's say they really want JJ, not Justin Jefferson, JJ McCarthy or whatever.
We know that.
So everybody is saying the thing about trading up is you just have to.
Okay, so you have to do it.
You have to.
Okay.
Well,
I'd rather watch the NFL draft than go to Pete Sauce's funeral.
Yeah, you said that earlier. Right.
Hey, Hawk.
Yeah, buddy.
The women who go to the NFL draft in person.
Sure.
Would ya?
They looking for man?
Just saying. The Vikings should move up to pick 3 way before the draft. Now.
Right.
Or they could do it the day before. Or, if I'm the Vikings, I do it the day of the draft.
Okay.
But they have to do it either before the draft or during the draft. Or
obviously
they won't be able to move up.
Right.
So yeah.
Would you?
Okay, so let me just see if can you guys help me recap this real quick?
Sure.
The Vikings have to move up.
I'm telling you, they're going to trade up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
They just are.
Yeah.
Okay. Because we have put ourselves in baby's corner. We have to move up. Now we're going to move up to 3 or 4.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, we know.
Okay. And then they really are going to select Jaden Daniels. They have to.
I think they are taking Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
I just do.
Yep. And then we're also somehow going to select J.J. McCarthy.
I think they are taking J.J. McCarthy.
I get it.
I just do.
Yeah.
Okay. And then for somehow with this one selection, we're also going to get Drake May.
I think they are taking Drake May.
Okay.
I just do.
Okay.
Is that possible?
I'm telling you.
Yeah, well,
they're going to. They just are.
And then can we have a 4D selection in Michael Penix?
I think they're taking Michael Penix.
Shoot,
I just do.
Wow.
What are we going to do with all these quarterbacks? And we have
just
Sam
do.
Darnold still too.
Wow.
Just saying.
Okay.
feel like we have other holes on this team. If they're going to allow us 4 selections off that one pick, I feel like we shouldn't go all quarterback. The
NFL draft is just the best. It just is.
He's right.
He is right.
I have no information.
It's A+.
Jeez.
Hey.
Well,
that was A+.
Did you find any clarity in that? Do you feel like you have a better sense of what the Vikings are going to do?
No, I have no sense. No. So that's a great applause.
Yeah, they loved it.
They really loved
Standing
it.
ovation.
I'll agree with what Florio said. Was it Tuesday?
Yes.
That's look. You can't believe anything anybody's saying right
Agreed.
now
Yep.
at all. This is where everybody's putting out. They're talking to their agents. They're floating things to Schefter. People think that Schefter is the sole voice of reason and honesty and real news. And time again, Schefter's been caught red-handed with getting information that he has been floated on purpose to deceive people. Right? He's got so many favors out there that people are calling on him to you owe us a favor because of X, Y, and Z. And so even if it comes from what everybody thinks is the number one source in Adam Schefter, even he's been bought. He's been bought by all of these GMs. He's been bought by these agents. You can't believe, especially during free agency and the draft, what is real and what's not real.
So are you saying I should turn off my Adam Schefter Twitter notifications?
Look, when it comes to news that Stephon Diggs is being traded, that is real news. When it comes to rumors about the draft, turn it off.
I'm telling you, they're going to trade up.
No, we heard you.
Yeah.
No.
They just are.
Yeah, we heard you.
8 o'clock hour of the Power Trip Morning Show. When we come back, we'll do Fan 5. We'll do headlines. Lots to get to. After this on The Fan.
The Fan.